Hi kids! Welcome back to our magical journey through the Ramayana, where every story shines with love, courage, and wisdom. Kids, do you remember what happened last time? In the forest of Panchvati, a sparkling golden deer walked among the trees. Sita wished to touch it once, and kind-hearted Ram followed it deep into the woods. But children, that deer was no ordinary creature. It was the demon Marich who was sent by Ravana to deceive Ram. Before falling, Marich cried out in Ram's own voice. Marich's voice echoed through the forest, and Sita's heart filled with fear. She insisted Lakshman to go and help his brother Ram. Lakshman, being completely helpless by Sita's words, drew a Lakshman Rekha to protect her, a line of safety and faith. And now, my dear little ones, the forest grows still, because what happens next will change everything. Let us begin our today's story, that is Sita's Abduction, a cry in the sky.
Ancient Culture Tales.
Sita sat near the doorway of the little hut, her eyes fixed on the narrow forest path. She waited, listening to the rustle of leaves, the chirping of birds, the soft hum of the bees near the flowers. Everything felt too quiet. Even the squirrels had stopped moving. The air hung heavy, like the moment before a storm. She tried to calm herself, whispering softly, "Arya will return soon. He must be on his way back." But her heart was beating fast, and every sound made her turn in fear. Time was going by. The shadows grew longer, stretching like fingers across the forest floor. She looked at the fruits Lakshman had just kept. The water pot gleamed beside the door, but she could not eat, could not drink. Her only prayer was, "Please, Arya, come back soon." And then, through the heavy stillness, a voice floated from beyond the trees. "Bhiksham Dehi. Bhiksham Dehi. O Devi, grant alms to the poor, hungry hermit." Sita turned her head towards the voice. Standing at the edge of the clearing was a sage, tall, with long beard that shone white like the moon, saffron robes that fluttered gently in the evening breeze. He looked calm and wise, holding a wooden staff in one hand and a small begging bowl in the other. His face glowed with faint smile, and his voice was gentle. "O Devi," he said kindly, "you seem pure-hearted and noble. I have wandered far and have not eaten all day. May I have something to eat, some fruit or water?" Sita, whose heart was always full of compassion, rose at once. "Yes, Gurvar, please wait a moment." She gathered a plate of fruit and a cup of water. But as she stepped forward, she saw the glowing line on the ground, the Lakshman Rekha. She stopped suddenly. She said politely, Guruvar, I cannot cross this line. Can you please take this meal as I keep it near the door? The old hermit smiled, but his eyes glinted strangely. He said, Oh Devi, how can I take food from someone who is not even willing to step forward to serve me? Is this the way of kindness? Will you let a starving sage suffer at your door? Sita's heart trembled. He looked so kind but so weak, and her gentle nature could not refuse anyone who asked for help. She thought, he is a holy man. What harm could come from giving him food? And so she took one step beyond the line. Kids, the moment Sita's foot crossed the Lakshman Rekha, a strange chill filled the air. The trees shivered and the birds flew out of their nest with frightened cries. The hermit's gentle face began to twist. His calm eyes now blazed like fire. His robes tore apart in the gust of wind, and in his place stood the mighty king of Lanka, Ravana. His golden armor flashing like lightning. His laughter thundered through the forest. Oh, you beautiful Sita, your beauty outshines all creations. Come with me to Lanka, be my queen, and live in my palace of gold. Sita gasped and stepped back. Her voice was firm despite her fear. Who are you, you cruel one? How dare you speak to me this way? Ravan raised his head proudly. I am Ravan, the ruler of the three worlds. Kings and gods bow before me. Come with me willingly, or I shall take you by force. But children, Sita's eyes flashed with courage. Her voice did not tremble. She said, I am the wife of Sri Ram, the protector of Dharma. My heart belongs only to him. No one else shall ever touch me. Your pride will be your downfall, you Ravan. Ravan's face darkened like a storm cloud. Enough, he roared. He stretched his strong devil arms and seized her in one swift motion. Sita cried out, Arya, Lakshman Bhaiya, save me! Her voice pierced the sky. Ravan carried her in his shining golden chariot, the Pushpak Viman, which rose into the air like flame. The forest below trembled, the deers ran, the river surged, and the mountains seemed to echo her cry. As the Pushpak Viman soared into the sky, the world itself seemed to mourn. The trees bent low and the leaves rustling in sorrow. The birds circled above, crying out helplessly. The wind howled through the forest like a warning. Sita's tears fell like pearls from the sky. Her old scarf slipped from Ravan's chariot and fluttered down, catching gently on the branch of a tree below, which was a silent sign for Ram to find later. The flowers that bloomed that morning closed their petals, as if the forest wished to hide its face in grief. Ravan's cruel laughter thundered across the sky. Cry as much as you want, Sita, but no one will save you now. Children, today's story reminds us that goodness and love are powerful, but even love must be wise. Sita's heart was gentle and pure. She offered kindness to a stranger, but evil often wears a mask. We must be kind, yet careful, trusting with heart and thought together. It also reminds us that even when darkness rises, Dharma will always find a way to stand tall. The forest may weep today, but courage is already spreading its wings in the form of a noble bird who will not stay silent. So remember, my dear little ones, be kind like Sita, but wise and watchful. Be loyal like Lakshman, always standing by the truth. Because Dharma, truth, love, and goodness never disappears. It always finds a voice. But kids, the story does not end here. As Sita is carried away into the clouds, a noble bird, a mighty vulture named Jatayu, spreads its wings to defend her. In the next part of our Ramayana journey, you will hear the roar of the wind, the clash of courage against deceit, and the final words of a hero whose heart fought for Dharma. Our next episode is the great bird Jatayu. And now, my dear little ones, let us close our eyes and send love to gentle Sita, to brave Jatayu, and to Shri Ram, whose heart glows with courage and love. Let us all say together, Jai Shri Ram.